I'm Jem, and this is my channel, Stitch and Jem, and it's been a month. It's been a little over a month, actually, and I did not intend to be gone so long, but I've been to retreat. Market Mania is still going strong, and I had to miss out on a retreat, unfortunately. I was exhausted. I've been semi-sick and slept a lot of the days away that I was supposed to be on my second retreat. So very sad about that, but I have a lot to show you and I'm so excited to be making a video today and be back. So bear with me, it might be a little bit of a longer video. Okay, so first, thank you so much for everybody who's been participating in Market Mania and for all my new subscribers, all of the friends that I got to meet at the Farm Girl Dry Goods Retreat, as well as meeting a lot of new friends at a Stitching Bee, which is a needlework shop in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and they were just so wonderful and gracious, and I have some haul from there. Again, I thank every single one of my subscribers for coming back time and time again. I really appreciate you. And again, for all of my new subscribers, you're very welcome here. And I'm so glad to have you. I hope you see something you like and I can enable you to buy some things as well as subscribe to my channel. Okay, I am going to just jump right in because, like I said, I have a lot of whips. So I am going to first start out with all of my whips that I've been working on. And I'm not going to show my starts for Market Mania until the end of this whip pile. So without... Now, don't freak out. For everybody who watches my channel all the time, know that this has been really tough for me to get through, but at the Farm Girl Dry Goods Retreat, the designer was Paulette from Plum Street Samplers, and so I brought two Plum Street whips that I wanted to work on, and I know if I only brought these two, that they would get an extensive amount of work, and they both did. So the first one that I want to show, I'm very, very proud, is God Bless America by Plum Street. I am stitching this for my local needlework store, Prairie Moon Primitives in Wayne, Oklahoma, and that house is bigger than it looks. So that's all I'm going to say about that, but I am stitching this on 40 count platinum with all of the called for floss, which is, I think, like some overdyes in DMC. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am almost done with the house. If I wouldn't have got a little sidetracked, I would be done with the house, but yes. And it went really quick, surprisingly enough. So now I just need to finish the house and the 3 strawberries that go right here. I need to do some back stitching in the house as well as fill in all of the white. But I am going to take this with me to StitchCon and hopefully ring the bell and be done with this. I think I can get it done, and I'm so excited to see that house filled in, and oh my goodness. So I'm trying to think. I got all of the house done with the exception of, I think, like I had some of this over here, but yeah, just that little corner there, and that house will be, well, the red part will be done. I'll put in the blue shutters and the back stitch at the end. So that is going to be a finish. I'm going to get this to my local needle workshop by July 4th without question. At least that's the plan. So I'm so happy about getting so much progress on God Bless America. Okay, and the next Plum Street whip that I brought, and the only other one that I brought, is American Welcome. A lot of people are doing this. Obviously, it's like patriotic stitching season, and this is such a gorgeous chart. This was the exclusive last year when Plum Street was the designer at Farm Girl Dry Goods, and we just couldn't wait for it to come out. This is my friend Connie, who was with me at the Farm Girl Dry Goods Retreat. This was her birthday start last year. And it's just gorgeous. But I only had, before, whenever I started, I had this done, this pelican, the quilt block, and a little bit of this house. And I got quite a bit done. I am stitching this with all of the called for color and cotton and DMC on 40 Count Eureka by Fox and Rabbit. And there is my progress. So I finished out the blue house. I got the lighthouse in. I got some more of that grass done underneath the lighthouse. And then I got the entire red part of the next house going. This was really hard to put down because this was not on my whip go or anything this year. I just thought if I get to it, I get to it. And I'm going to see Paulette again at summer school when I'm there in August. So I think I will bring this with me because it's really easy, and fill in is very, you know, it's really easy to do some fill in and not have to worry about counting and things like that. So that is my American Welcome. And she's looking so good. I need to cut my fabric down. I don't know. I haven't done that yet, but not terribly important. Okay, so those are my two Plum Street whips that I brought with me to the Farm Girl Dry Goods Retreat. Now, all of my regular whips, I am doing a year-long sale with EJ and Sheila from the Sunshine Stitchers. They have chosen Put a Bird on It by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is the chart. This is also the breakdown that my friend Gina provided. And this month, I didn't do a couple of the letters because they were in the middle of nowhere. So I added them to other months. And so I'll show you what I'm talking about. But other than that, I complete this first. And let me see here. So for this month, it was 10, which is this one, and 22, which are all these. And they don't look like they're out in space, but if you haven't gotten that motif in, which I haven't yet, these letters are kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So I waited on the number 1 and the F. So, but I did get the motif in and the letters that I could comfortably count. So here in these letters here. And I'm stitching this on 40 Count Pyrite by Cedar River Linen. And I'm using a color called Butterscotch by Stitchy Stuff. You guys, this is like one of my favorite things I've ever stitched because it's so fun. It's a great PDF. It's on my iPad. And it just pops off the linen. If you guys could kind of see it in person, or if you can see that modeling, it's like perfect match to the floss. So it looks like it just goes together. And I cannot wait to have this done by the end of the year. So that is my Put a Bird on It. And everybody's talking about Big Blue. Well, Big Blue is my June portion, so I am taking this with me to StitchCon as well. It is going to be the other whip that I take with me to StitchCon to work on. Because it'll just be really easy. It's one color, and I'll be able to not have to really think that much because you don't have to change colors. So that's Put a Bird on It. Now, this was my second whip go pull in April, and I did not meet my whip go goal. I definitely didn't meet my whip go goal for May either because Market Mania. And so what am I talking about? My second whip go pull was 5 days on Sarah Pugh Over 2 by Needlework Press. And I can't show you the chart except for this part, because there's only the chart for the Over 2 version. but I'll just go real fast and you can kind of see the vibe. And you can really see the vibe on mine. And I'm so sorry for the needle like actively stitching, but I was trying to get that red across there. And I'm about done. I got distracted. But I got a lot done this month on this. I got all of the border, and then I need to get some more border here done. This is on my WhipGo. I know 2 more times minimum. And so I got the flower, this motif, all the words, and now and that's about halfway, I would say, as I'm looking at this. It's halfway, and then the rest of the chart will go down here. I don't know why I haven't, again, cut my fabric, but this is on 46 count Brea with all of the called for classic colorworks. And I love this so much. And I got this at summer school last year, and I cannot wait to see Vicki and everybody at summer school this year. It's going to be fun. So that is my Sarah Pugh over 2. And I haven't seen anybody finish and stitch it, the over 2 version from summer school last year. So I'm excited. Maybe I'll be the first one, and I'll be able to show Vicki. Okay, my next project is also a year-long sale, but it started on February 14th, Valentine's Day. And I am stitching this with one of my very, very good friends, Audrey from Stitch Bead, and a lot of others have joined us. And it is Tong Uffindell, if I could get this booklet open. Tong Uffindell by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And I absolutely love this chart, and so did Audrey. Audrey's doing Isabella as well. Is it Isabella or Isabel? I don't know. Can't remember. Her last name is Uffindell, though. I do know that. Okay, anyways. And so the way Audrey broke this down, and I do have the breakdown, is we do 3 flowers a month, and then she has broke these into 12. And so I've decided to do 3 flowers and go down this way. And so I am on the 3rd month right now, even though I should be done with it. I'm a little bit behind just because of all of the starts and things like that, but that's okay. I am working on this tree right here, and I have a lot of it done. I will finish we'll finish the tree out, and then I'll start working on, this is the edge of this is the end, last flower on this. So they'll start going underneath. There'll be one more here, and then they'll start. So this is the bottom, if you can believe that. So here is my tree. And so you guys, this tree was so fun. So I've got the top part of the tree completely done. Now I just need to do all of this bottom part, and there's grass underneath here. So let me show you on the chart, because this. So I'll need to do the bottom part of the tree and fill in the grass. And then I'll be done with I should do some of this in here as well. But whenever I did this tree and this tree, I didn't do this one either. So I can technically carry it into next month, because it's going to be next month anyways. So I have all of these flowers complete except for this one. Either this one or this one. I think it goes 1, 2, and 3 for me. And then I'll start moving across. And I will need to finish this, the 3 flowers, and all of this. So I'm excited, because we're really getting into a lot of the colors and the different motifs, and I just love this. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Cafe au lait with all of the called for soie d'Alger. I think I have a couple of Vicki Claytons in there, but I don't remember which ones. And so there she is. I love her so much. She is just, I mean, she is looking so good. So I have to put her on a board because she's a big girl. In fact, she's like a huge girl. So that is my Tong Uffindell. And like I said, I have a little bit of catching up to do, but it's going to be okay. Okay, that is all of my regular whips, things that do not have anything to do with Market Mania. Now, let's get into some Market Mania. These are actually I'm going to show you the one I just started this past Monday, and then go to the first one I started. So, Market Mania, for anybody that is new to my channel, is just my idea of Mania, starting a market release from any year and working on it or starting it, and just getting a chance to start all those beautiful market pieces that we all love, but we often don't get a chance to start. So I chose 4 projects, and I'm going to show you 3 today because I will start the 4th one tomorrow for my last Market Mania, my final Market Mania pick, and it is actually my favorite chart. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And Market Mania doesn't really have a lot of rules. Start whatever you want, whenever you want, as many of them as you want, as long as they're from any market. That's my idea of Market Mania. And so, Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery Honeybee Sampler was the last thing that I started for Market Mania. And I mean, look at this. It's just gorgeous. It is so fun, and it really, 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 like, I knew I was going to stitch this as soon as I saw it. So I am stitching mine on 40 count buttermilk by Color and Cotton, and I am using Old Oak Tree by Classic Colorworks. And now tell me that's not perfect for the one floss that I'm using. Obviously I have many skeins of this, but is that not like the perfect thing for Honeybee Sampler? It's a little less brown than the cover photo and the called for, and a little bit more golden yellow, because that's kind of what I wanted. So I auditioned a lot of threads for this, and here, you guys, this is my start. This is sad, but I wanted to show, look at that, like, I wish you could see it a little bit better. The variegation is so pretty, and it literally looks like a, you know, just a brown turning into a honey. There we go. That's a little bit better. But it goes from pretty dark brown to a very buttery golden color. And I just love it. I did start feeling a little bit sick when I got back from the Farm Girl Dry Goods retreat, just exhausted and run down. And so I made sure I started this on Monday when I got back, but this is as far as it got. And so she needs some more love, and maybe she'll get some at some point in time in this year. But for right now, here's my start on Honeybee Sampler. And I love her. And I have this in my gorgeous bag that I got as a gift from my friend Brooke, Stitch by the Brook, who is at the retreat that I didn't get to go to, which I'm very sad about. But Brooke lives in Oklahoma, so I will be able to see her hopefully whenever I get a chance to run out to Tulsa. Okay, so that's Market Mania start number 3. This is Market Mania start number 2, and it is also just one color. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to say Anneke Boer, 1801 by Twin Peak Primitives. This is a PDF, but I printed out the cover photo so you could see. It is one color. I'm stitching this with my friend Anneke, Lunchbox Quilt, and I got us both this gorgeous red from Be Stitch Me. It's called Blood Moon, and I just thought it was like, it's a really very true red. It's not like a rusty red like it calls for, but this is like a great red, and it's silk. So I got us both one of those. I am stitching this on, what do we got here? Harvest Wheat by Color and Cotton, 40 count. And another very sad start, but started. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this linen, well, any Color and Cotton linen is just gorgeous. It's so easy to work on, and it just helps your stitches whenever you're stitching with anything, silk or cotton or whatever you're stitching with. Look how nice your stitches lay. It's just the linen, because usually I don't brag on my own stitches, but man, this was a really easy border to kind of get in the groove, and it's just one leg of the border. But this was a favorite of mine from market this year, and Angie loved it too, so we were just like, yes, please, we have to do this. And it's a sampler, and it's red, and this is going to go on my farm wall with all my other farm samplers that I've stitched. But is that not so cute? Look at those chickens. Look at this little house. And again, so here's the border. So I just did, you can see the triangles, and then I'll go back and put these doodads to make it look like a complicated border, which it was still very easy stitch. But here she is again. And she's not big, see? She's not big. That's coming around, this is coming around the corner, so I just haven't cut my fabric yet, but so that's gonna be gorge. And I cannot wait to get more on that as well. I didn't have a ton of stitching time that week, but I did get her started, and everybody knows that's the hardest part. And then I don't know if you guys can say that there is a more perfect project bag than the one I got from Black Cat Stitchery. And the inside is like chicken wire, and this is the outside. And so I thought that was perfect for my red, yes, for my red chicken-esque sampler that I started. So I'm so happy I had that. Okay, and now my first Market Mania start, and I don't have a favorite, but I love this chart. Stitches Be Sweet by Janette Douglas, and I'm sure most people who have ever met Janette Douglas know that she is like a treasure. She's a joy. Her teaching is so good. Her charts are so beautiful, and this is a chart that's in a series of charts that are like this, although they are all very different in coloration, you know, like in coloring and everything. So this one was just over the top pink, over the top gorgeous. We have some, of course, it's Janette Douglas, so we have some specialty stitches here. Her directions are perfection, so no sense in being scared. I am stitching mine with all of the Vicki Clayton silks, and Vicki made this silk pack specifically for this chart for me, and she always talks about how it was a labor of love. And so I really appreciate it because they are so gorgeous. And the, you know, the called for is a series of different silks that comes in a pack. But just FYI, this one was very, very affordable. So if you have never tried silks and you want to do this chart, but you don't want to try to kit up with all those different Glorianas and all the things, MPIs, go to Vicki Clayton. She will have this silk pack ready for you. And I am stitching mine on 46 count Sandcastle by Fox and Rabbit, and here she is. You guys, stop it, stop it. Oh my God. Okay, so Look at that butterfly. Look at that weird little tree. And I want to say that the border is finicky, but not. You can really get in a groove. Load up 2 needles. You'll need them. You know, get those colors in, go back and forth, and it was just fun. I wanted to get that tree, and I wanted to get that butterfly done, and they are just, you guys, they're so good. And it's kind of blowing out, but this linen has a tinge of like a pink undertone to it too. And you know that the chart is very pink forward. So this is like really washing out because of the light. Let me see if I can get it back. It's really like, it's almost perfect for it. So here's my little bitty start. And look how tiny it's going to be because it'll be on 46 count, and it's not that big. So obviously I have done, I don't know which side, but maybe it's the side because the acorns. So this is the side I've done. Really, really pink for all my pink lovers out there. And then I'll have that little simple white house. Little cartouche there. These gorgeous roses. And this was also my friend Krista, the Wildflower Stitcher. It was her birthday start as well. So she started this, and she used all the called for silks, and hers is gorgeous too. But look at that. So I cannot wait to get back to that as well. Not sure when I will, but I have her in this gorgeous bag by Barry, Stitch Folk, and we're just thinking of Barry right now, aren't we? We're just caring for her, and we're thinking about her, and we're hoping nothing for the best, and that you would just be comforted by God. And so anyways, that is everything. That's my market mania. That is all of my regular whips. And so now I am going to show my regular haul. And mind you, it's a lot, but it's not a lot really because this is kind of like over a month and a half. So I just have a few little things that, you know, clubs and stuff that I'm in. First, I did get a couple of t-shirts for StitchCon this year. I always get the t-shirts because I'm always hot. I got my fabric of the month from Garon for Seraphim. Now this is supposed to be, I'm not complaining, this is supposed to be neutrals only Seraphim, but when I got this, I squealed. It's so pretty. It is hyacinth. Very, very pretty. I got my Belle Soie from that quarter shop. Pickle Relish. They're like summer colors. Pickle Relish. Foo Flamingo. Ooh. And Lemonade. So, love that. And if you're new to my channel, I do this, I do a silk floss club a year. So not last year, but the year before I did MPI. And this year I'm doing the Belle Soie that they're offering. And then next year I think I'm going to do the Vicki Clayton. We'll see. We'll see how big the stash gets. Let's see. This. I don't know how this got in here, but this is one of my kits that Let's Get to Farm Girl Dry Goods. There's so much to show. I'm sure that by now most of you guys have seen the retreat project, but Farm Girl Dry Goods, Michelle Rudy, put on a retreat in Door County, Wisconsin, which is just an absolute gorgeous place. I went with a couple of my friends, Sheila and Connie. They are my oldest and two of my greatest friends that I have in stitching friends, and just friends, period. They know everything about me. And so they went with me, and we went together, and we were so excited to get this exclusive retreat piece from Plum Street Samplers, because we all love Plum Street. Who doesn't love Plum Street? And so Michelle gave us a gift, and this is a little leather. It has scissors in it. Look how cute these scissors are. Oh my. And mine have a little bit of sparkle. Ladies, did you notice that yours had a little bit of sparkle, gold sparkle on the bottom? And the attic had these, I'm not sure when, but Michelle asked Jean before she passed if she could steal her idea or use her idea, and of course Jean was like, she was the most gracious person on the planet. She said yes. And so of course Michelle did hers in blue. That's her color. And so we all got these, and the scissors, which were so nice. And this is super, super nice, like soft leather. And then the retreat piece. So I don't want to, you can see it even though it's in the package. This is the retreat piece, Every Gift, from Plum Street Samplers. And we got all of the floss, all of the overdyes, as well as a DMC. We got a sticker. And we got this little ruler. And I just love this. This is so pretty. And we got, of course, the 36 count Dolly Madison from Needle and Flax. It is the called for linen. Gorgeous. Really gorgeous. I don't stitch on 36 count. So my linen is going to go to a couple of friends of mine that are really loving 36 count right now. So it's on its way as soon as this video is done. And then it came in this gorgeous box. Which, I mean, like, who needs a project bag if you're going to have this box to keep it in? I have not started mine. I cannot just, like, start in a random place. I got to be at home and do all the things, serge my fabric, blah, blah, blah. So, but that is the project. And it's got all these quilt motifs. You guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but there is a fish jumping out of this water. And it's going to probably jump onto that flamingo's head, but it's fine. Who cares? Or into that berry bowl. I love this so much. I am going to brighten up that yellow. If this is your first time watching this channel, I love yellow. It's my life force. I love it with my whole heart. Any shade of yellow. So those were the retreat pieces and gifts from Michelle and from Paulette. Now let's talk about gifts. And I'm going to reach over a little bit here because I have a huge basket that are full of gifts. So for me, Connie, and Sheila, I had these bags made by Tammy Latimer, Vintage Stitchers. And you guys, she makes some gorgeous bags. And I mean, just gorgeous. I just had her line it with this gray fabric because I didn't want it to get too busy. But look at this. And then she always puts the cutest little charms on here. And then I had some strawberries made. This one is gigantic. And the ones for me, Connie, and Sheila were the large ones. I had us made the large ones in the bags because they were also my like table gifts for the girls. And it was really just us at our table. We had some ladies next to us. We sat next to all of Janine and Roz from Acorns and Threads, and we sat next to Deb and everybody but we didn't go with them, and we had no clue where we were going to sit. So it was just going to be us that I knew of. So but a lot of my friends that I was going to meet, or people that I was going to meet, like Lisa and a couple of other people that I knew were going to be there that I wanted to meet. I had some things made for them as well. So, Connie, let me go through. Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, who I harassed for most of the trip, she made me this bag. And again, you guys, yellow. And I put all my retreat gifts in here that I got. Connie and Sheila. Sheila made me this strawberry. Of course, they stitched theirs, you know, instead of, look at that. It says spring has sprung. And they are convinced that I could make my own strawberries, but I've never done it. And Connie made this one. And this one, I think, is the strawberries from Hands On Design. And this is on 46 count. Look how cute it is. Look at the little yellow centers. I love this. So, they're so talented. I received a lot of other little gifts. Vanessa Flame Fingers, who was one of the people that I was determined to meet. We talk all the time on Instagram, and we were both so excited to meet each other. She gave me this little honey bear. I thought that was so sweet. And I got some candy from Roberta. I also, from the ladies, this is from Tracy. Her, and I want to say it was her mom and her daughter all made these, and we could pick from several of them. And look at this. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And then, let's see, I got lavender. I got some project cards from the cousins who I got to meet. Just tons of floss cards. And then, I cannot believe I almost forgot this, but Teresa Vanette was there, Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler, spit it out, and she came around and gave every single person there one of these, and the floss to do it, and I just love this. Wouldn't that be just a quick little something? You could even like split it in half and do something different here and make this into like a needle book. But I just thought that was gorgeous. So thank you for that. And she was there. It was just really nice. So I love my bag. And it's, now that I can get all my gifts and stuff out of it, I will start using it. I got a tape measure. I got all kinds of candy and stuff in here that I haven't even, that I put in this bucket and have not touched. So I've got to unpack all of these things. I also received this project bag from Connie. And Connie also was destashing a lot of her 40 count linen that was a little too wild for her. And so I have mountains of it in here. And so it was just going to be too much to show. But it's all Fox and Rabbit. Or I got some 46 count, that 46 count piece of Brea that I showed my Sarah Pugh over 2 on. She got the other half. And it just wasn't her jam. So she gave the other half to me. So I was like, yes! So anyways, this bag from her. And it came with a gorgeous matching thread bed. I just love this. You can never have too many project bags. And then Sheila, this is just beyond. So this bag Sheila is a flight attendant, and she's always fancy, but she got me and Connie one of the, look at this. Doesn't it just make you want to go to San Francisco and go shopping and feel fancy? And this is what I will be calling an accessory bag. So something that has tons of silks or something in, I will put them in here. And that way they don't get damaged or, you know, touched or whatever. But I love this. And then she also got, there's this tin, and look at these little scissors. I love this so much. So, and you think, oh my, that has to be it. And I'm starting to think I did not do enough. She also had Christmas bags made for both me and Connie, and they were both different. And look at this one. Oh my, it's so nice. Like, it's made with the Soft and Stable. Look at the inside. Oh, so Jennifer Tidwell. You guys, oh, I love this bag so much. It is so gorgeous. So thank you so much for Connie and Sheila. Words are hard. Okay, and so, no. And so while we were there, we went to an amazing restaurant. Of course, I cannot remember the name of anything right now. But we all picked out little things that they had in this restaurant, and we were going to buy them. But we didn't get a chance to because Sheila bought them for us. So let me show you the one I chose. Look at this. Is that not gorgeous? So everybody always gets be happy, be this. But I like this because it says be true. And I just can't encourage everybody to just be true to yourself. Do what you love. Stitch what you love. If you love yellow, let everybody know. But yes, so I just absolutely adore this. This is going somewhere in my house, and so I can't wait. So there's that. And that is those are the end of my gifts. Now the gifts to myself, my haul. And I'm still puzzled of where all of my like regular haul is, because I know I had it somewhere. Oh well, we'll show it in the next video if I ever find it. So we went to a fabulous little store in Green Bay called A Stitching Bee. And surprise, surprise, they had some linen. And of course they had 40 count Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax. You don't need to see the price tag. It's like one of my favorites. I love everything Needle and Flax. So I got a fat quarter of that. And then this is just going to be all mixed haul from the retreat. And so, of course, there was a great pop-up shop that Michelle Rudy had at the retreat. So I got, and the highest count that she brought was 40 count because it's just the easiest. So 40 count fat half of Thornfield Needle and Flax. Gorgeous. Fat half of Alcott Needle and Flax. 40. They're all 40. And the called for fabric for the retreat piece was Dolly Madison, 40 count. And so I got this as well, but I think I'm going to stitch mine on 46. I can't remember, though, what I've decided, but I know I have Vashti sending me some fabric but I'm going to send her some as well. We went to a lovely quilt shop, and it is, maybe it'll be on the, no, can't think of the name right now. It's been a while, but I got 2 zippers. Buy any zippers. You can never have too many zippers. I got this fabric. It is, I don't even know what it is, okay? It's Moda, of course. Sweet Fire Road It's by Sweet Fire Road. I squealed, so I think I got a yard or so of this fabric. And then we saw they had a lot of nautical-esque fabric there, and Sheila wanted us all to have like nautical project bags to remember this quilt store by that I can't remember the name of. So she got, this is the inside, and then is this fabric, and it's just something so different. If I have enough, I need to make Pam from Just Keep Stitching a bag out of this because she loves lighthouses and she would love this. So we got that. So those will be a project bag sometime in the very distant future. And then, of course, we got Friendship Garden, and this was a market release this year. And I believe Connie and I are going to start this at StitchCon this year. Connie, you'll have to let me know. But, of course, we'll be changing the girls. And I think I'll change that white dress to yellow. So we got that. What else? 90s Nirvana, 40 count by Needle and Flax. Shiloh, 40 count by Needle and Flax. I have this in 46, but I thought I'd get it in 40 as well. Real Comfort. You guys probably saw in the pictures in the beginning of this. I am posing with a finished Real Comfort. And Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, is going to try to say that it's hers. No, I'm just kidding. She finished this, obviously, and hers is gorgeous. And I love this. I loved it ever since it was at the attic and at Autumn of Abundance. And Lisa did finish hers, and I posed with it and pretended it was mine. And I did that quite a few times at the retreat. So thanks, Lisa. But I got this. And then there were tons of Lady Dot finishing, and I hope I put a picture of it in the beginning of my video, but if I didn't, there was a smalls exchange. I didn't participate, obviously, just didn't have enough time, but there was a huge pair, and the fabric part of it was made out of this velvet. Well, I don't know if it was this, but it was like a really mauve-y. Anyways, I want to stitch a pair, and I want this is the back, not this color, but I did get navy bean because I love navy blue. Like, I'm not a super blue girl, but navy blue is a different life force. Pepper just looks so good. And then this is a surprise, daffodil, so I got that. I got some charts from a Stitching Bee, and they had a lot of charts that that aren't just like all the new stuff. They had a lot of charts that are harder to find, or that you can't really find anymore. So Spring in Baltimore by Brenda Gervais. You guys, like, these would make the most gorgeous little needle books. And I love the colors, and I don't know why I didn't already have this. But there is the Stitching Bees information, just in case you want to take a screenshot. If you're ever in that area, please go by there. They have the cutest little shop. And if you ever want to see something stitched on 40 count silk gauze, it's the Houses of Hawthorne Hollow. They have that stitched on 40 count. 40, I think it's like 40 count gauze, so it's like over one. I don't know, it's gorgeous. But I got this. I also got redwork pairs because I am going to stitch a pair, and I needed it to be very sampler-esque, so these are the ones I chose. And they're my favorite, so I love that. I got stitching rules. This is a newer chart from Primrose Cottage, and you guys, you can break this up. Every single one of these charts for this whole thing are in here. Plus there's a bonus chart, and so they show them on the back as smalls, or you can do it all, you know, all. But look how great that tomato is. Primrose does the best tomatoes. So I was thinking, you know, for a smalls exchange or something like that, you know, I could do something like that. There's lots of, and it's very yellow forward, just in case you guys were wondering. I don't know why I didn't have this, but it is vintage flowers, and you know, there's vintage flowers too and whatever, but this is the original one, and I just think it's beautiful. And so you know, Janette Douglas, I don't really have to explain why I got it. And then I didn't have this, and it's Honeysuckle Manor. It's a book by Blackbird Designs, and there are just some gorgeous samplers in here. I mean, I feel like this would be a very good blessing sampler. I mean, either one of these would be doable in a month, and they're just gorgeous. And there's a lot of smalls in here, just like Blackbird usually does. Let me see if I can show without showing the chart of one that I just thought was so gorgeous. That would be a great smalls exchange. And you could just get a little shaker box, and you could easily put that, you know, stitching on it. They always give you a nice little template. There's a lot of great little projects in this. In this book. I mean, that would be a great small. So had to get that. And that's it. That is all of my haul. That is all of my market mania. And that's all of my whips and things that I've got going on. Now, I will be starting Elizabeth Cheevan's by Fox and Rabbit tomorrow. It is the last market mania start that I'll have. And then it's going to be back to regular stitching. I'm going to catch up on Tong Uffindell, as well as my Fox and Rabbit mystery sale. I am a month ahead of everyone, but I'm behind on my month ahead. So I've got to get that going and get that finished, and you guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love June. It's gonna be really pretty, and I think you guys will really enjoy stitching it. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and happy stitching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.